What's up? It's your boy Karceno, and this is Hood Stories. Really should be 5. Really should be 6, but we told like one story that was so long we split it in 2. And this story I don't think is that long. But I at least don't want to use my hand, and I don't know all that selfie stick. I'm too old for all that stuff. I don't know what that stuff is or how it works. Look, I'm wearing a Hunger Games shirt, but they gave it to me for free at the doggone premiere. Movie review. Did you see the other ones? Yeah. Same movie. And if spoiler alert for those who care about this movie here, if she wasn't in the movie, it'd have went the same goddamn way. She had no bearing on the outcome of the film. When you see the movie, then you understand what I'm talking about. You be like, if she just stayed at the center, stayed there and did what they told her to do and not show up, the movie would have went the exact same way. So, they just need her for support, rally. I'm like, I paid my money for this. Shoot some damn arrows. Let's get it cracking. So, anyway, we way off topic. Let's talk about, I'm trying to think. Should I go to 47th Street? We did a lot of Grove Heights stories already. Go back to my youth. 47th? Yeah, I'll say those. Let's stick with Grove Heights because it's so good. Now, if you saw part 1, I think it was part 1, when I told you we had a screwball friend who loved lying all the time. And, I mean, he lied about everything that we was eventually going to find out about anyway. We first let him, he looked like Bobby Brown, and he used to use that to get chicks. And he stayed down on Greenwood, down by like, well, forget where he stayed, but right by the school. And he told everybody like he was our age, and we believed him. This guy coming the very next year, he's like nowhere near. All right, we in high school. This dude was in grammar school. He was like, yeah, I'm going to this high school soon as school starts. And then, after they catch him in the lie, he comes right back and says, oh, they just didn't get my transcripts yet. I'm supposed to be there. It's all a mix-up. It wasn't no mix-up. That's the grade you were in. No transcripts. You didn't fail. That's just the grade he was in. So he was just lying. And that's just one of the series of lies this person was telling. So, like I said, it was girls from London towns. They don't know him. So he could be a whole new character when he's talking to them over in London towns. Now, if you're just the first time listener just watching this video and didn't see the first one, it's Grove Heights in the middle, Burnside to our right, and to our left, over the Vibe Bridge, is London Towns. London Towns and Burnside have something in common. They don't like Grove Heights. It's been like that since forever. Still like that now. So, we don't know why. We don't stick around to ask questions. We just accept this is how it is, and you deal with it. So, this person's hanging out. We going to the one store to go get some stuff, and they don't have it. And this is our community. We go to Eddie's. Eddie's don't have it, which 9 times out of 10, Eddie don't. Eddie's very cheap. But if Eddie don't got it, now we got to cross the bridge and go to the what they call community store. That's right in the corner of London Towns. That's their store. Now we can go there as long as we don't go into London town. You know, that's fine. They don't like us using the basketball court over there. But like I said, it's cool as long as you don't go in the London town. So we went over there to go get some, I don't know, candy or whatever we got to get out of the store. And here's a girl from London town. So we all talking and all this stuff, and he ended up like getting the girl's phone number or whatever. So he's all excited about that because he didn't lie off the chart to this girl. And I was just like, wow, that was amazing. So that was a lot of lying. So months go by. I don't really see this dude. We out here playing basketball. I got my cousin with me. We out there shooting hoops with some people. And we getting right next thing you know, he show up. We in London Towns at Gately. You know, we over there shooting hoops. Next thing you know, my cousin is with me. And we getting ready to leave. And we going back towards the house. And here he come. He was like, man, I knew that was y'all, man. Hey, I'm going to walk back with y'all. He was like, yeah, I remember that girl that we saw that time when I was like, yeah, I don't really remember her, but I'm like, yeah, I think so. He was like, yeah, she stay over here. I be coming over and talking to her and stuff. Let me stop over there since we over here, and I'm going to say what's up to her. I'm like, okay. And I don't go into London town. So this is like my first time ever walking through London towns. And I got my cousin with me, and we walking, and I'm like, all right, because it don't even feel right. The vibe ain't right. I'm like, these people looking like, hey, what's up? And I'm walking past him, and they looking like I don't know him. And they don't know me, and they don't know my buddy. But I'm thinking he walking like it's cool. Like, no, it's cool. I was just here. So he go up to the door, ring her bell. He was like, man, who is this dude? And the guy was like, this dude, is he from Grove Heights? Man, I'm tired of these Grove Heights dudes coming over here talking to our girls. Man, no, forget that, man. I'm tired of it. Man, why they still, man, you stay in y'all own hood. I'm like, this is why I didn't walk up there. I'm like, he's here to see this girl. I just happen to be walking home. I have no problem leaving London town. And my cousin is with me, and I'm like, dude, we gotta go. And he's like, nah, man. I'm like, nah, you don't see what's happening. He's getting loud for a reason. He's getting loud so other people can hear it and see if there's a problem, and they finna come pouring out. I'm smart enough to observe everything that's going on. I told you, I got that radar. I know it. And he getting loud. Man, I'm tired of growing like and here come people coming outside, getting ready to get in the pile. Once again, he's still yakking at the mouth. So I told my cousin, I'm like, look, we out of here, man. Let's go. And we go the wrong way. Because normally in London towns it's designed. There's one way in and one way out. You can go all the way to the back if you want, but you got to come all the way back out to get out. I found the new way out. I went to the back and bust my way through the back. My cousin behind me, he trying to keep up. He gone, boom, 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 boom. We both running up out of there. They chasing us, and then this fool late behind us because he's sitting up there with old girl. I'm like, look, forget him. I told my cousin, like, forget him. He wanted to stay. I told him, let's go. He tripping. They had that other side. There was no way we could walk. I'm not going to walk through a crowd of them. So we get there to his fence, and they got all this tall grass. I'm like, man, that leads to the expressway. And then you can go under the viaduct. And I'm like, bet, all we got to do is get over this fence. Because I'm like, I'm not going back through those people. Or making a U-turn. Because I already know they hood. They going to have both sides covered because they going to think we coming all the way back around. Not finna happen. Man, I hopped that fence. Me and my cousin, and I'm just leaping over tall grass, got him following me. We get back under the viaduct, and that used to be like our little hangout spot over there. They were not gonna come into Grove Heights. They were not finna follow us over that fence. So when we all hit the fence, that was it. My cousin was just waiting to see what I do, and he was gonna follow. So I didn't have to even check for him. I was like, as long as I'm in front and I'm leading the way, he's like, I know where to go. Dude, we didn't care about. We didn't care. That's his problem. We told him let's go. He didn't want to go. He wanted to be late. He wanted to be lover boy. There you go. Do your thing. That's on you. So we get back, and we all chilling under the viaduct. I'm checking to see if anybody followed. Nobody followed. Nothing came through. So we thinking, okay, everything cool. So all right, everybody rest, deep breathing. So we all walk back, go to the crib. We back in the hood. We in Grove Heights now. We untouchable. So they are mad because of what just happened over there. He yelling at the girl, "Why are you bringing these Grove Heights people over here?" So they get in the car and they driving Grove Heights so that they can hit the block looking for us, and then they want to drive out. So they driving through the neighborhood looking, trying to see if they find one of us. But they don't want to be over there and get recognized by people that they don't want to see. Because certain people see them be like, I don't know what it is. We just got people that's in the neighborhoods that this is what their job is. This is what they live for. This is it. Like, I live to see somebody just drive in here and they're not from here. And they know it. They know it. I'm like, how do you know that person ain't from here? They'll be sitting back talking to somebody. Hey, man, watch that car. Who that? They ain't from here. That's dude. Yeah, that's dude from up the block. Yeah, that's him. That's his car, and that's his boy in the back. The one that be drooling all over himself. That's him. They know. So anyway, they come through looking for us. And then we up in the alley playing basketball. Then the car drove past, and there's somebody looking out the car, like looking around like this, and the car drove past the alley. And then I stopped. And we ain't had no basketball. We had a crate nailed up on the phone pole. Y'all should know about that. Milk crate, bottom cut out, shooting baskets on the milk crate. So we back in the hood thinking it's all good. So they drove up, drove back, looked again and tried to make sure it was us. And they only recognized us because I'm smart. I went back in and changed my clothes. I always, if there's any situation that went down, if I make it back to the hood, I go to the house, I change my clothes. That is what you do. Me and my cousin, we changed clothes. He didn't change clothes. So when they backed up and they looked, they recognized him. And that's why they came rolling out. They like jumped out, two drove out, and the guy drove all the way down to try to cut us off. You in Grove Heights. And this is for anybody who in Grove Heights who might be listening to this story. This is before they cul-de-sac the neighborhood. And this is why they start cul-de-sacking it. So they can control you in case there's a police chase. We used to lose cops and car chases in there back then. Hitting the railroad track, driving over them. The cops are like, look, we lose them in Grove Heights. Whoever live there know how to get rid of us. So they put cul-de-sacs in the neighborhood to make you have to turn around and go out. One way in, one way out. We used to have two ways to go. So anyway, they're flying down there. We know which house to hit that don't have the dogs. We know which gate that's got the small fence. We can go boom, 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 cut through this yard, that yard, alley, back on this block. I'll be back in my house in 3 minutes flat. But like I said, we got scouts that been watching cars, and they had made one too many passes, and they had the cars loaded, and they from the towns. What up, fool? What up, BD this, BD that? And all this stuff, they chasing each other out the hood. No longer about us no more. Now, all of a sudden, we were like, man, we were supposed to go. We were supposed to go back to the store later to go get those cheeseburgers. They had Eddie had the kitchen open back then. You can get some cheeseburgers. They had a chocolate chip cookie place next door and the Wing Hing Chinese place. And I'm like, man, I wanted to go back up to the store. I'm about to chill for a minute. Then we all the way 4 or 5 blocks away. All you hear is pap, pap, pap. Those are gunshots. Then this girl, Patricia, fly up. She's like, y'all get in the car. They shooting. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm back in the back seat. There's no back seat in this car. It's nothing but crates. I'm like, who got a car with it? I just jumped on a thing of crates. My side hurting. She driving around crying. I don't know why all this violence. See? I'm like, where are you driving? I'm like, do you know where I live? I know where you live, Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm just trying to make sure you ain't delirious finna drive me off the road somewhere. I could have made it home, but she said there's shooting going on. I'm jumping in a car. I got a better chance of not getting shot instead of trying to be Ricky. Going down straight and thinking I'm finna outrun a bullet. I don't do that one. I was in a moving car. So we all jumped in the car. She took us to the crib. Everything is cool. And we like, man, what happened to dude? You know, we kind of didn't see him since the chase went down. So after the chase went down, we were like, well, damn. Like, what happened to him? So come to find out, he retreated. He went all the way back to towards his house. They had cut him off, and he made a run for it. And when the other people in the hood started chasing him, and they ain't want that drama, he went ahead and decided to try to go see old girl again, like it was cool. So he tried to sneak back over there. And somebody called him, flipped him up, and beat him down. And he came back to the hood like, man, London Towns, look what they did. And he caused the whole war between London Towns and Grove Heights that lasted for about 2-3 weeks. And the shooting was based on the fact that they had came back. They chased them out the hood. They snuck back over there to start shooting. Back on the block to start shooting. So once they got to Drexel, it was gunfire and return gunfire, and it was back on. They tried to go sneak right back to the crib, and then they was riding over the Grove to London Towns and started shooting. It was the war had started, and he was like, "Look what they did to me!" All because he wanted to go over there and mess with this girl. So what did this tell you? Once again, here's another tale of a woman bringing down everything. And she wasn't worth none of this. But all this violence is kicked off. All because of her. Crazy. Damn. Oh, man, that's when Mick came, too. Mick was... See, this is... At this time, we were kids. This high school kids. If you seen anybody from the 1970s, there was this one guy named Mick that no matter what year it was, 1990, whatever, don't matter. To this guy, it was 1978. He wasn't leaving. 1978. No matter what the year was. Mick had a cigarette that would stick on the side of his mouth, and he could hold a whole conversation with that cigarette right here, lit and everything, talking. And he'd pull it back in and smoke and then blow it back out. Greatest storyteller you ever want to hear. The car he had an 8-track, of course. He had on some bell bottoms. He had the old cap on. He had the jerry curl where it was going out. Had the hat on, the pick. thing in there. I'm like, what is it? Jerry Curl Fro? What is that? With some hat that was like out of date. And he'll just sit there, and he had the cigarette hanging from his mouth. Everything he did was just like Snoop Dogg. That's Mick. It's like he had a book on Mick, on how to be Mick. And never met him in his life, but think of Snoop Dogg for anybody in the outside world. His presence, everything, the way he talked. Man, I wish I had this thing now. I could sit it down. I'll show you what he was doing. But he had the cigarette. He'd take it out. We was like, what's up, Mick? Mick come around. He'd be in a conversation with somebody. Yes, I told her to bring the money, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, what's up, Mick? Take that cigarette out of his mouth. Always had the cigarette. Had that cigarette in his hand locked. How you doing? How you doing? And the way he have his leg positioned, my man standing there smooth like... He be standing there smooth with the, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'll show y'all on another video, but I got something to hold this. But Mick was legendary, man. Mick could sit there and tell you a story right out the back, and it was always about like a video game. See, because he used to work for like one of these companies like Atari, where they used to be like doing some program. I guess he was shipping the stuff, and they had like Funko Land. It's all the stuff that you order in the magazine. Like Mick had a job or something doing that, and Mick whole thing, it's like they just gave him money to go to the bar because that's all he wanted to do was be in a lounge. That's all he did was smoke them cigarettes. Mick up there. Nah, because what you seeing that cigarette be stuck. Nah, because what it was it was an Atari. An Atari. And he was a visionary. Whatever Atari this is, it did not exist yet. But to Mick has seen it. And we like, Mick, what's going on? Mick was, they got it. I'm like, you sure it ain't Nintendo? It's an Atari. And what it does is, instead of those 2 controllers, it got 4. It got 4 of them. Right? And it's coming out right now. It's in Japan. See, it's in Japan. We got them in the office already, though. But it's coming out. And it's for Atari. Now, at this time, it never existed. And why would Atari make it at this time? It's beyond everybody. Because this is the time when Nintendo and Sega Genesis is in effect. So why would they even come out with this is beyond that. But to Mick, it existed. And we had to try to track and find out this Atari system, because it was all about games back then. And we had a guy who was the greatest master thief that ever existed in Grove Heights. Everybody know who I'm talking about if you from Grove Heights. He was the master. He taught all of us. And he taught us how to be, like, look after your stuff. Because this dude, I mean, you won't see him move. And next thing you know, everything gone. You're like, where is it? You mean, I ain't got it. You can search me. And you can search him and won't find nothing. And everything in your house will be gone. He'll be sitting there and he ain't moved a set. No one knows how he did it to this day. But they just know it's him. Don't nothing come missing until he come around. He don't have to go in your house. Nothing. But it will come up missing. Back in the Nintendo days, he would go ahead and take the back off the cartridges. He had the screwdriver. It had those 3 screws in there, whatever. 5 screws. He'd take those off the back. And it's one little microchip in there. That's it. There ain't no cords holding nothing. It's just one little microchip. So that cartridge is basically empty, except for that little chip that goes in the Nintendo game. He would switch those chips with another case. So you'll think you buying You like, man, he would be selling games. Like, hey, I'll sell you this for $5. This is the game. You be, man, you got the game. Yep. All you buying is the cartridge part. You pop it in, it be gyromite. You like, man, he done fixed me. He done switched the labels. He'll switch the entire cases. Now, some games had those protective screws on them. So you had to get the right screwdrivers to get them. But some had the regular ones. You could just screw them right off and switch it. So he was the master. And this guy across the street from us, he was special. His mom was going through a divorce. He's an only child. So to keep him happy, she just bought him everything he asked for. You know the mistakes in that, right? So he just cry for it and get it. And the older he got, he still did the same thing. Mommy, I want it, Mama, I want it. And she go buy it. And he had every video game, every system known to man. And for the master thief, this is his destiny. Is to go in here and get these games and get everything because he got them all. So he lets the guy in the house because he's so eager to get it, and the guy's selling them because to be a master thief, you have to be intelligent. You have to be smart to con people out of their things, or to be allowed to con people out of their things, especially when they know you are the con artist. To come back and be able to con them after they know you're the con artist, to look out for you and it still happen, skill. So he comes along and he tells him, I have a code. He knows the code ain't gonna work. He's like, I got a code that will get you to the final level on that board. Because he knows the personality of the guy we talking about. He's the guy that gotta have it right away. Oh, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. Anybody like that, you can keep on the string forever because you could just keep telling them you got something they don't have. He needed this code. Man, every time I get there, I die every time I get there, but he's got a code to get me past it. So he was like, all right, I got a code. I'm going to get you past it. He go in there, get a code. He was like, but I got to be the one to put it in. I can't just give you the code. Because he's like, just give me the code and I'll go do it. He's nah, I'm going to go put it in. And he was like, should I let him in? I was like, it's your house, man. You do what you want. I can't tell you who to let in your house and who not. He let him in the house. Next thing you know, he wasn't in there 0.7 seconds. He told him, say, man, don't steal none of my games. He was like, man, I'm tired. Everybody thinking I'm a thief. Everybody keeps saying that. I ain't never take nothing. He didn't even sit down. He's like, you know what, man, I'm just going to leave because I don't even want to be here if y'all going to keep thinking I'm going to steal something. He was like, here the paper, man, here the code. I don't need to hear this. I could just leave. Y'all could just try to put the code in. So he walk out the door. He got like 4-5 games. How that happened, I have no idea. But he tried to sell the game to people. They coming up down the street. And he's like, man, I just bought that game from so-and-so. So dude had to go buy his old game back. That's how much he had to have it. Because he didn't want his mom to find out. So he had to ask his mom for some money so he can go down there and buy his own damn games back from somebody else who bought it from him. Unreal. Unreal. And he's so terrified that he had to finally tell his mom the game was gone. One of his other games was gone because he let this person back in the house again with the same exact story. Man, look, I got this code. And he let him back in and the same thing happened. So he came in there and just confronted him one time. I know you took my game. This dude was like, man, if you don't get away from me, if I did take your game, what you gonna do about it? And everybody laughed. He went in there and told his mom to call the cops. His mom called the cops, and what he told the cops was I was there, so that the cops would come to me and want me to rat him out, because he didn't want to be the one to rat him out. My family took it as if they called the cops on me. So my family livid. What, they calling the cops on you? I'm like, they not calling the cops on me. He wants me to be the rat and not him. That's why they sending him to my house, thinking I'm gonna send him down the street to his house. Not gonna happen. So unless you got proof he got it, this is finna end real quick. And so that was a done one. At that time, I didn't even have a system, so it don't make no sense for me to even take it, because I didn't get my system till like right after that, because I didn't need one. Chewy had Sega Genesis, and he had that system. He had every system, so everybody was over at his house. But yeah, those were some fun times, some good stories. He was called a rat after that for a while over a video game. Yep, man. Oh, I know a couple of other ones too, but I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some stuff together. But I'm glad y'all enjoying the videos, the hood videos, the hip hop videos. I did have a thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. The Bow Wow one, the one y'all said y'all couldn't hear me. That's y'all fault. Somebody sent me the music and said, hey, play this music, man. Put it in the background. I said, you know what? All right, I ain't never did one. Y'all asked for it. It went like that. I told you, I don't know how to do all that stuff. It only lasted for like 2-3 minutes, and then it went off. But the people was, I can't hear nothing. That music is terrible. Not my music. I don't even know the person, but y'all just broke his heart while he was sitting over there watching stuff go down. Yeah, I forgot what else was happening. But I'll think about it on another video. But yeah, if you want to go see this movie, knock yourself out. Other than that, I don't know.